Today, we're sitting down on the porch with Sandra, a QHS member whose life is as heartwarming as a home-cooked meal. What paths did she follow to get to where she is today? Let's take a stroll down memory lane and see what's been cooking behind the scenes.
This is my prequel. My grandparents homesteaded in north-central Montana. They farmed and they ranched. My dad grew up on that farm. My mom grew up in western Montana, amongst the mountains and the pine trees. I'm told that I'm German, Scottish, English, and I don't know what else. I grew up 20 miles north of a small town. So that small town maybe had 300 people in it. I was raised in the 60s and the 70s before everything got really crazy. I spent lots of time on that farm on the back of a horse. I had a wonderful childhood. Spent most of my waking hours outside. Although many of them were spent doing chores, they didn't seem like they were chores. I just thought I was helping out on the ranch and the farm. I've been very blessed with loving parents who supported me and my other 3 siblings. Because of being raised on the farm and having spent lots of time on the back of a horse, I sustained many injuries. The worst being when I was in the 9th grade. I was breaking a horse. We were moving cattle. One of the cows broke loose, so I went after her to turn her back. My horse was really green, just in the beginning stages of being broke, so when I nudged her to move faster to turn the cow around, she didn't really start bucking, she just started lunging. She didn't know what to do, she just started lunging. So the cinch on my saddle broke, so both me and the saddle went sailing through the air. I landed face first in a pile of sagebrush. I have struggled with my neck, and I have many scars under my chin. I also flew over the top of the horse one time when me and the horse were just out for a pleasure ride. We were just loping along, and a jackrabbit ran out right in front of the horse. Well, I was bareback, which most of the time I was bareback. I didn't use a saddle a lot of the time. I was bareback, and the horse was startled. We were loping. He just stopped dead in his tracks. And of course, I didn't. I just sailed right over his head. And somehow I managed to keep it in my head that I needed to hold on to the reins so that he wouldn't run off. Well, when I landed, I twisted my ankle really bad. And I'm sitting there thinking, now I have no saddle. How am I going to get back up on this horse so I can get home? Well, I managed to get the horse down in the burrow ditch, and somehow I managed to get up on his back. But that was a long, grueling ride home. Every step, every jar just showed pains through my ankle. And when I got home, normally when I was at the corrals, I would just hop off my horse, unbridle him, put him in the corral, and off I'd go. Well, my mom was watching me come home, and she seen me struggling to get him over against the gate so I could climb off, because I couldn't jump off, land on that ankle. And she come a-running. She knew something had happened. I was also very active in sports in high school, middle school and high school. I ran hurdles in track, and that consists of many trips on the hurdle and lots of scars on your elbows and your knees, falling down until you got your steps down correct. A couple of times during basketball, I sprained my ankle really bad. One time so bad that they casted it for a couple of weeks. I have 3 boys. They kept myself and their dad on the run. They were active in sports, and those were some of the best years of my life. Watching those boys grow from helpless babies to walking to school to playing sports and finally to going out on their own and becoming productive adults, there's nothing like it. It's amazing. I've been married almost 46 years to my high school sweetheart. We have been through the good, the bad, and the ugly. Before our first son was born, I had 5 miscarriages. That wasn't physically so challenging as it was mentally. That has left a small scar on my heart and my soul. We've had some great times and some not so great. Example, when we bought an RV park and restaurant, we lost that due to forged signatures and illegal documents. The bank took it away from us. We had everything that we had worked our entire life for into that endeavor. At the age of 54, we had to totally start over. But we managed with our faith in our Creator and our love for one another. In 2014, I was driving school bus when a drunk driver rear-ended the bus going 80 miles an hour while I was stopped dropping off a student. Luckily, no one was badly injured, but my already injured neck suffered pretty severe whiplash. Since then, I have had 2 more spills where I fell and hit my head, plus hurt my neck again. I am so looking forward to my new life. I'm not quite sure what to expect, but I always said we were made backwards. When we were younger, we physically had it together, but we don't have the wisdom. When we're older, we have the wisdom, and we make a lot better choices, but physically we are unable to do the things like we used to do. I've always known God put me here for a reason, and someday I would know that reason. Well, here we are, and I am ready for my new life. No more foggy brain, no more sore neck, no more back pain, a healthy digestive system, no more lower back and hip pain, no more pain in my knees and ankles. This all sounds so surreal, but I know that's where we're headed. Glory be to the Father.
Join us on the Prequel, where every story matters and every voice is heard. Because here at QHS, we're all about healing, learning, and growing together.